Hello, and welcome to my channel for news about the reports for USA. Please follow and subscribe for more information. Let's begin. Rhea Ripley picked up a massive victory in the main event of Raw against one of her former WrestleMania opponents. However, Ripley and another former Women's World Champion were victims of two shocking heel turns as the show came to a close. This week, the tensions were boiling over backstage when Stephanie Vaquer met Rhea Ripley. Vaquer was with her friend, WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella, who congratulated her. Ripley, too, was graceful in her compliments and stated that she would come for the Women's World title again. However, a familiar face, Asuka, showed up, and the tensions boiled over, leading to a main event match between Ripley and Asuka, which also served as a rematch from their bout at WrestleMania 37 over 4 years ago. The match was just as incredible as you would expect, and the crowd loved the main event. It had large portions of Asuka just dominating, but it was Rhea Ripley who picked up a win in the end by the skin of her teeth. However, immediately after the match ended, a bitter Asuka spat mist on Ripley's face, and she got a reluctant Kairi Sane to join her attack as well. Io Sky ran in and begged the two to stop, but when Asuka attacked IYO, the heel turn was confirmed. Kairi joined in as she hit the insane elbow, with the Kabuki Warriors standing tall as Raw came to a close. While it can't be said that this wasn't coming, the biggest heartbreak for WWE fans will be for IYO Sky, who stood up for Asuka and Kairi Sane before. When Rhea Ripley told IYO not to trust Asuka, the genius of the Sky took offense to her comment, telling her that she wouldn't be in WWE if it weren't for Asuka. While it's certainly true, IYO and Ripley will once again likely find themselves on the same side against the Kabuki Warriors. Monday Night Raw delivered yet another unforgettable night in WWE history, leaving fans reeling and social media buzzing. The main event, which saw Rhea Ripley triumph in a hard-fought battle, was already a show-stealer. But the night took a dramatic twist afterward, as not one but two shocking heel turns occurred, changing the landscape of Raw and leaving fans questioning loyalties across the roster. Rhea Ripley shines in the main event. Rhea Ripley, WWE's powerhouse phenom, has been on a meteoric rise, and her main event victory on Raw only cemented her status as one of the top stars in the company. Facing a tough opponent in a match that combined technical prowess with sheer athleticism, Ripley showcased why she's considered a generational talent. Every slam, suplex, and finishing move had the audience on the edge of their seats, culminating in a victory that seemed to promise a bright future. Or so fans thought. Ripley's win was not only a testament to her in-ring abilities, but also a symbolic moment. It marked her growth from an underdog to a dominant force, capable of leading storylines and carrying the intensity of a main event night. Fans erupted as she celebrated in the ring, soaking in chants of admiration. But the euphoria was about to take a dark turn. The first shocking heel turn. Just when it seemed the night would end on a high note, the first heel turn hit like a thunderbolt. One of WWE's most beloved superstars, who had been a consistent face for the company, suddenly betrayed their longtime ally. The attack was unexpected, brutal, and perfectly timed to maximize shock value. As Ripley celebrated, this wrestler stormed the ring, seemingly coming to join in the celebration. Instead, they viciously attacked Ripley with a series of devastating moves. The arena fell silent for a moment, as fans struggled to process what they had just witnessed. Social media exploded, with fans speculating about motives, alliances, and the potential fallout from this betrayal. This heel turn is significant, not only because of the shock factor, but also because of the character development it promises. WWE thrives on evolving storylines, and turning a fan favorite into a villain opens a plethora of creative opportunities. Fans are left questioning, was this betrayal premeditated, or was it a heat-of-the-moment decision? Either way, it immediately sets up a heated rivalry that will likely dominate Raw for weeks to come. The second heel turn shocks the WWE universe, as if one betrayal wasn't enough. Raw delivered another jaw-dropping twist. Shortly after the first heel turn, another wrestler, previously seen as a neutral or even friendly figure, also turned on a close ally, cementing a night of chaos and uncertainty. This second turn was different in tone. It wasn't an attack fueled by jealousy or anger, but rather a calculated, cold-blooded act. The heels simply walked up to their partner and delivered a vicious move that left the audience in shock. The expression on Ripley's face reflected the collective confusion and outrage of the fans. These back-to-back betrayals signify a major shake-up on Raw. Suddenly, alliances that fans assumed were ironclad are in jeopardy. This double betrayal not only affects Rhea Ripley's story, but also impacts the larger narrative of WWE's women's division, creating ripple effects that will be felt for months. What this means for Rhea Ripley. For Rhea Ripley, these heel turns represent both a challenge and an opportunity. The victories and betrayals have set the stage for a potential storyline where Ripley rises above the chaos, facing former allies turned enemies. This scenario allows WWE to showcase her resilience, fighting spirit, and strategic prowess in high-stakes matches. Ripley has always been portrayed as a strong, independent competitor, but these shocking heel turns force her to adapt and evolve. Fans can expect intense confrontations, emotionally charged promos, and high-octane matches as she seeks retribution against the two wrestlers who betrayed her. This storyline has all the ingredients for a classic wrestling feud, blending personal betrayal with championship aspirations. Fan reactions and social media. BuzzRaw's shocking developments have ignited fan discussion across social media platforms. Fans are expressing their shock, anger, and excitement in equal measure. Memes, reaction videos, and trending hashtags are dominating Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit. Many fans are praising WWE for taking bold storytelling risks, while others express disbelief over the unexpected heel turns. The consensus is clear. WWE has successfully captured the attention of its audience, ensuring that the fallout from tonight's Raw will dominate conversations for days, if not weeks. These shocking turns have reinvigorated interest in storylines, rivalries, and the women's division as a whole. Potential storylines moving forward with two major heel turns. Raw is poised for several possible storylines. Ripley versus First Betrayer. The first heel turn sets up a deeply personal feud, likely culminating in high-profile matches at future pay-per-views. Ripley versus Second Betrayer. The calculated betrayal from the second wrestler could evolve into a storyline exploring trust, manipulation, and revenge, faction wars. If these heel turns involve factions or allies, it could lead to larger-scale battles, reshaping the Raw landscape entirely. Rising star opportunities. New or mid-card wrestlers may step in to align with Ripley or the Betrayers, introducing fresh dynamics to ongoing storylines. Each of these potential angles adds depth and intrigue, keeping fans invested in every Raw episode leading up to major WWE events. Monday Night Raw has reminded fans why WWE remains a powerhouse of entertainment. Rhea Ripley's main event victory should have been the highlight of the night, but the double heel turns elevated Raw into uncharted territory. The shocking betrayals have disrupted the status quo, ignited social media, and opened the door for compelling storylines that will dominate WWE programming in the coming weeks. As fans digest the events of tonight, one thing is clear: Rhea Ripley is at the center of a transformative moment in WWE. Her journey, now complicated by betrayal and rivalry, promises action, drama, and unforgettable wrestling moments. Raw has proven once again that in WWE, anything can happen, and often does. The WWE Universe will be eagerly watching as Ripley navigates the treacherous waters of betrayal, aiming to rise above and reclaim her place as one of the company's premier talents. And as for the two wrestlers who turned heel, their bold actions have guaranteed that they will be the focal point of discussions, storylines, and fan reactions for weeks to come.